TGODF.com Podcasts.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of InvestorIdeas.com Podcasts, looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. I'm Taylor Van Zandt, your host. Today we'll be looking at announcements from the Green Organic Dutchman Holdings Limited, trading on the TSX as TGOD and the OTC as TGODF, as well as Single Point trading on the OTCQB as SING, and Track Loop Analytics Corporation trading on the CSE as TOOL and the OTCQB as TLOOF. But first, almost 50 years to the week after Woodstock, Canada will see its first legal cannabis and music festival this year. Tens of thousands of people, ranging from cannabis curious to aficionados, will be able to descend upon a 990-acre conservation park, creating an unprecedented, vibrant catalyst for cannabis culture. The first annual Journey Cannabis and Music Festival will light up the majestic Boyd Conservation Park in Vaughan, just minutes from Toronto, from August 23rd to 25th, 2019. Cannabis has been a part of festival culture for decades. Consider that Woodstock is turning 50 this summer, says Murray Milthorpe, Chief Experience Officer of the event. Now along comes the Journey Festival, which plans to disrupt the stigma of cannabis in Canada in a fun, safe, and collective way, and we extend a friendly invitation to our U.S. neighbors to join us for the journey. Journey will also feature a cannabis education and cultural component called Weed Talks, where a speaker series designed to disrupt the stigma of cannabis, provoke thought, and educate attendees. Global social media influencer, 5-time New York Times bestselling author, and one of the most sought-after public speakers alive, Gary Vaynerchuk, will also headline the series with special guests to follow. A note about this event, though, is that no cannabis will be bought or sold during the festival, and it is a strictly bring-your-own-bud event. So while it is exciting that Canada is doing this, still isn't exactly where we expect it to be, but it's good to know that we're heading in the right direction. So next, looking at the Green Organic Dutchman Holding Limited, they announced the company's strategic investment into the U.S. beverage space as a co-founding investor and strategic partner in the newly formed Califormulations LLC. Califormulations will operate out of Columbus, Georgia, serving global branded companies with concept-to-shelf beverage commercialization support, including formulation development, technical services, in-house pilot-scale production, and contract manufacturing coordination. TGOD will work with Califormulations to expedite the U.S. launch of TGOD-branded organic hemp-based CBD beverages as local laws and regulations permit. We are incredibly excited to partner with Califormulations to further our development of hemp-based CBD beverage products, said Brian Atide, CEO of TGOD. With the U.S. market, the functional beverages, including wellness, energy, and sport recovery, currently worth over $20 billion, we want to remain on the cutting edge of innovation and establish the foundation for future proprietary and novel TGOD branded products. TGOD strives to partner with established industry leaders, and we believe that this forward-looking strategic partnership positions TGOD to capitalize on the future cannabinoid beverage market. Why is this important? Because now TGOD, much like Aurora and Canopy Growth, is entering into the U.S. space. They're not the only ones doing this. There's been a string of Canadian companies who have been trying to set up some sort of U.S. distribution over the last couple of months. As I said, Canopy Growth has already well established itself throughout the U.S. Aurora is working on it, and there's a few other Agrios Holdings, I believe, is in there as well. So the fact that they're doing this means they're going along with the trend, and the fact that they're focusing on the CBD beverage market right now is incredibly on point with what everyone's focusing on. So something to pay attention to. Might be a little bit late for them, but the fact that they're now getting involved in that space shows that they're paying attention to what's going on in the market. So next, looking at Single Point, who today announced a strategic national distribution program that will provide qualified, fast-growing CBD product companies a path to get their products into national retail distribution. The Strategist program is offered in partnership with a national distribution company that has nearly $2 billion in annual sales to mass market stores including CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Giant Eagle, Meijer, and Kroger grocery stores, in addition to a long list of regional and national convenience stores. According to Single Point President Will Ralston, until now, startup, established, and fast-growing CBD product companies have faced tremendous challenges in growing their business beyond e-commerce and regional distribution due to the enormous capital and logistics involved. We're excited to roll out our Strategics marketing program with a major national distributor that is receptive to building a portfolio of fast-growing CBD products and providing those products to their established mass market clients. So Single Point's goal is to seek out and recruit innovative and fast-growing companies that manufacture or distribute CBD retail products and who desire the opportunity to have their products distributed nationally. Single Point's strategic program is extremely affordable and offers unparalleled access that can translate into millions of dollars of orders for their respective CBD products. So why is that important? Mainly because we've seen a string of announcements looking for distribution deals in the US over the last couple of months, especially related to CBD. A lot of different companies looking for any path available. A few have just announced agreements with Walmart and Amazon, but they're still in the early development stage. So the fact that Single Point is now working on creating this national distribution chain for smaller companies and CBD product companies to enter into, I think is a pretty important milestone, and it'll definitely be something to pay attention to in the coming months and see which companies do jump on board or try to utilize this distribution agreement. So lastly, we're looking at TrackLoop Analytics Corporation, who announced the launch of its latest delivery track and trace software solution for cannabis at the Cannabis Cup Show in Santa Rosa, California on June 1st and 2nd. The module expands on its industry-leading traceability solution specialized for urban delivery, enabling dispatcher and driver to plan for an optimal delivery schedule by utilizing advanced order management, driver assignment routing, algorithms, and emerging traffic conditions to maximize operational efficiency. So the importance of this is twofold. A, the Cannabis Cup coming in June 1st and 2nd. One of the premier destinations for marijuana fans worldwide, features A-list musical performers as well as some of the top cannabis producers in the world. So keep your eye out for the Cannabis Cup, which will be coming in June 1st and 2nd. The other big thing is TrackLoop's actual software. The track and trace program is very interesting. They're one of the few people on the market who is developing something along this line. Not the only people. There are other companies that are competing with them. But the fact that this product is coming to market and this software is out there now, the track and trace programs are a huge benefit, not only for the cannabis industry, but also could be a disruptor for the food services industry as well as just basic delivery. So I find that very interesting, and I'll want to pay attention to where that goes in the future and see how that gets received at the Cannabis Cup. And that's all for today's podcast. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. InvestorIdeas.com podcasts are also available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and TuneIn. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. Investor Ideas does not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by law. Our site does not possess, distribute, or sell cannabis products.